best friends. Hales and I met in New York over 10 years ago. Damn it. We're ready? Come on, Steph. When we were both in the middle of big life changes that somehow landed us in a tiny co-working space working for the startup that had fewer than 10 people at the time. We weren't immediately best friends. We were both 2 heads down and worked for that. But all it took was one afternoon, she knows the one, outside the office, and from there, one of the most important friendships of my life began. When Haley asked me to give this speech, I thought, God, there's so much to say. We've been on about 1 million adventures together. Like that one time we went to a tiny town in New York, I think it was, to mine crystals. We showed up with no tools, no actual plan, but we walked away with pickaxes from a stranger, confused stranger, directions to said mine involving a pasture with a white horse, few rocks, 0 crystals, and a very funny memory. We have that kind of friendship. But what I really wanted to talk about is how we got there. And it all started with a ritual, boxing followed by smoothies every week. We'd box the stress out, sit down, and immediately get into it. Everything was on the table. How we were feeling, what was bringing us joy, what was bringing us unease, what had us excited. We laughed our heads off, and sometimes we cried. Hales, I don't think I ever told you, but you were my first friendship where that kind of conversation was completely normal. And I didn't know I was missing it until I had it.
Feel good, feel good, feel good.
I have carried that gift into every friendship I've had since, because if you know me, you know I love a little life chat. And so much of that was because of you. So thank you. And now, all those years later, we can sit in complete, comfortable silence. And out of nowhere, literally one of us will look up and say, so I was thinking that. No, same, because probably because of that thing. Yeah, totally. And exactly. That is a full conversation, and nothing is ever misunderstood. Hales. Everyone here knows that you are such a deep empath. You have this way of sitting with someone right in the middle of a complicated life moment and helping them move through the heavy stuff until they feel lighter, truly seen, and understood. You are also so silly, joyful, and kind. To really know Haley is to know that she writes letters to the moon and burns them. That she'll spend days covered in paint from her own work and then turn around and dive seamlessly into a conversation about workflow optimizations and ROI. She is that bright, beautiful mix of left and right brain, and on paper, maybe that shouldn't quite add up. But to me and to everyone that loves her, and most importantly to Chad, it makes complete sense. Damn it! It is exactly right. Haley, I have known you through a buzzed head and purple hair, which are at separate times. At your bachelorette, I was reminded of your bow phase. Bows in your hair, bows on your wrist, absolutely everywhere. Declaring, I'm just into bows now. I have also known you through your very firm, I'm never moving to Austin era. And you visited, and you, me, our friend Rachel, who's here tonight.
Go, Rachel!
Got completely snowed in my apartment for a week during the great Austin freeze. We literally loved our full week of accidental sleepover camp. After I left, I knew the text was gonna come, so I think Austin is speaking to me. And not long after that, you moved. You built this big, beautiful life, clearly. And here in Austin, you met the love of your life. Whatever you do it with 1,040 million%. And I have always loved that about you. Chad, I met you at Haley's art show, not long after you two started dating. That show was a huge deal for her. months of work building towards it. You showed up all sweet and all dressed up. You love a suit, we love that. And immediately started helping with setup. No one asked you to. I don't think Haley even knew you were doing that. You just felt the pull to support her, whether anyone saw it or not. Even then, it was so obvious how much you admired her, up close and from across the room. You felt like her steadiness. Even that early, you felt like someone who would be there for every single chapter, every single next chapter. In one of our many life chats, Haley and I would say that when she knew, she'd know. And it would move fast. It would always feel easy, natural, and right. And we were right. Chad, I know your favorite thing is to love her, to actively care for her, to have her back. You have quite literally never been at the source of her anxiety. And yes, Haley will have soup for breakfast. She will cry watching sports movies with an underdog theme. She will optimize your shared calendar, if you don't already have one. And she will be absolutely terrifying during a game of Catan. I won't play it with her. And she will also love you for the rest of your life and beyond. Hales, I have known you as a best friend, a roommate, a dog auntie, a dog mama, a fiance, and now a wife. We are all here to celebrate you two tonight, not as something new, but as a life partnership that kind of always was the second it began. Haley, you are exactly where you need to be. I love you both.
Great job, Steph. And if you could pass that mic to a friend of